So let us start. Think of a country. The daily lives of people in its country are punctuated by death, either due to crumbling or failing infrastructure, or because of violent armed attacks, or because of poverty. This country is in a constant crisis. Nothing else happens here. Which country have you thought of? Well, this troubled place, according to the headlines of a Lithuanian online magazine, is Nigeria. And you could hardly find different headlines elsewhere, unless, well, not to brag about it, but one of us is behind the article. And Nigeria is not the only African country that suffers from such one-sided framing, and probably not only in the Lithuanian media.
So such narrative prevails despite great infrastructure that allows access to much more diverse stories. Lithuania is proud of its digital achievements. We like to think of ourselves as a hub of innovation. And we actually do have quite a vibrant tech environment. We have one of the fastest internet in the world. And we are so used to public Wi-Fi that we get immediately annoyed if we cannot access Wi-Fi at the airport. Because we start thinking, I could have watched the entire episode of Game of Thrones during that time. So we are constantly connected and have excellent digital skills. Besides that, we are first in the European Union for reading news online. This should make Lithuanians well-informed and knowledgeable. Unfortunately, we do not have indexes that would measure what kind of impact such access to information has on understanding and perceptions about regions and countries that are a bit more far away than Lithuania's immediate neighborhood, like Nigeria is.
If we only read the headlines in Lithuanian media, we would never dare going to this supposedly disastrous place. But we read Chinua Achebe and contemporary news magazines such as OK Africa. We also read the agenda on the Sustainable Development Goals, especially with the focus on its goal number 17, which emphasizes the need for global partnerships. Also, through our work, we met a lot of brilliant innovators and techpreneurs who inspired us to create the unexpected connection. That's why we went to Nigeria, to look beyond the headlines. We landed in Abuja and got our visa on arrival that we applied and paid for online without bribes or hurdles. We took an Uber ride and no accidents on the way. We woke up the next morning in our Airbnb apartment and still alive. Then we took a Taxify ride while Skyping with our worried friends in Lithuania on our way to visit one of the tech hubs in Nigeria, Ventures Platform. We did imagine we would find a vibrant tech scene, but actually what we found was beyond our expectations.
So this particular tech hub, Ventures Platform, is actually constructed from repurposed shipping containers and are masterfully decorated by a famous Nigerian artist, Victor Ehikamenor. It is also spacious and well-equipped with great internet and anything else that a tech-savvy entrepreneur would need. What's even more important, it's full of energetic and creative Nigerians who are striving to leverage technology to solve most urgent Africa's problems. One after another, we heard stories about tech hubs, accelerators, seed funding, incubators all around Nigeria that are hard to count, but are being estimated to be at around 50 now.
we also heard stories of brilliant particular startups that are not only commercially oriented, but are actually creating positive impact on the ground. For example, the SEAM, a mobile app that introduces toddlers and preschoolers to their first words in African languages through an interactive platform.
Or Budget, a civic startup that works on raising standards of transparency by demystifying public expenditure for everyday Nigerians. They track, digest, and publish data about government spendings in easy-to-understand formats.
Or LifeBank, a startup that tackles blood shortage in Nigerian hospitals. It connects those with blood storage with those who are in most need of blood. It tracks the orders and implements them based on urgency. It also ensures that the blood is transported safely and quickly where it is needed, essentially creating a smart peer-to-peer, on-demand blood network.
So young Nigerians are transforming country's economy despite infrastructural challenges. They are striving to not only have access to technology, but actually become creators of it. Yet, while tech savviness, talent, and energy is there, opportunities for nourishing these talents are still lacking. When talking to our new friends in Nigerian tech hubs, we learned that while funding might still be an issue, the need for access for enhancing advanced digital skills is still a bigger problem. And access to opportunities to work on more complex, sophisticated IT projects.
And Lithuania is not an obvious or even known place to look for such opportunities. Because if Lithuania would be imagined based on the headlines in a Nigerian online magazine, it would be a country of 100 years old, which is savvy in sports, not technology. But we are actually both. So many Nigerians that we talked to were surprised to find out that Lithuania is a country of 3 million people, which is 7 times smaller than Nigeria's biggest city, Lagos. Yet Lithuania is known for attracting such big companies as NASDAQ or Barclays to support their operational technologies. Or that Lithuania is known for its smart regulation that allows it to become a fintech hub, with many innovative startups managing to raise more than 80 million euros through cryptocurrencies in 2017 alone. While at the time of our visit to Nigeria, Nigeria yet had to have one successful ICO.
However, many Lithuanian ICT companies are struggling to find talented employees from within the country. Not because we don't have those, but because Lithuania's ICT sector is growing faster than its population. Besides employees, we also need new markets. However, Nigeria does not come as an obvious choice when you think of looking for talented employees, because it is still perceived as a hub for terrorists, not techies. And why is it so? It's not because we don't have access to information about Nigeria. It's because of what kind of information we choose to access, or what kind of information is immediately available to us without putting much effort to look for it. But if we manage to get beyond the headlines, the two countries, Lithuania and Nigeria, does not seem to be such an odd match after all.
So we came back to Lithuania. We made some noise about Nigeria's tech scene. We did encounter some hurdles on the way and listened to countless jokes about Nigerian princes wanting to give us millions of dollars through emails. And every person who made this joke thought that it's original and witty. But we managed to get rid of those skeptically raised eyebrows. And more people were enthusiastically engaging of an idea of unexpected connection. So we created a traineeship program that will allow Lithuanian and Nigerian techpreneurs build meaningful partnerships. Whether we succeed in this program, we're going to tell you in our next TED Talk. Meanwhile, we want to leave you with this thought to contemplate.
By having poor understanding about African countries, informed only by the headlines, we actually hurt ourselves. We lose opportunities to create meaningful partnerships and build amazing stuff together.
So let us take a step beyond the access to information. Let's create shared experiences that will ultimately transform what kind of information is produced and consumed. Thank you.
Thank you.